Hello, and welcome to the Notary Life with Kimmi Podcast. I am also one of the trainers with Notary Educators, which includes myself, Kimberly Nunnally, Angela Johnson, and Alexis Franklin. We each own our own very successful notary businesses and teach notaries in all 50 states to be great and grow their own business. We will discuss general notary work, apostilles, ink fingerprinting, and the duties of a notary signing agent, and much, much more. For all of your notary needs, please visit notaryeducatorsllc.com. We hope you enjoy the show, and we wish you much success. Hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. I am here with Angela. Angela, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, you guys. This is Angela from AJ Mobile Notary. Looking forward to your questions tonight, and hope you guys had an amazing weekend.
Yes, welcome. Tonight's topic is Google My Business ads. And should you be paying money for that or not? We're going to get into it. Angela, I didn't ask you if you had a story tonight. Do you have something? Alexis will join us a little bit later too, guys.
She's working. You know, Lex is working. Lex
is getting her notary money. Did you have a story, Angela?
Do I have a story? Oh, I have a story.
Hey, Frank.
I have a story. And I'm sharing this story because, you know, things are a little slow, but I always like to talk about customer service and answering your phone. A lot of people don't answer their phone. I know, because I even recently got a couple of calls where customers said, you were the third person that I called and you're the only one that answered your phone. Last week, I have a guy from Athens, Georgia, and I'm like an hour from Athens. You know how far we are from Athens.
Right.
And he called me and said, you know, nobody answered their phone. He was looking for a notary. No notary answered their phone. And so, you guys, it's very important to answer your phone. I can't express that at work, but express that enough. But if you don't answer them and you ain't going that, I got the business, so don't answer the phone. But this guy, you know, he had a lot of business. His boss owned the company, and I ended up getting it. His boss lives out of the country. He handles the business. So answer the phone, you guys. I'm telling you.
Yes, I'm going to say hey to a few people, and then we'll start our conversation. What is going on, Frank, Miss B. Duncan? Historical Jolita, I'm just going to guess. Hey, Danielle, Audrey, what's going on, Marcel? WIB and Nicole is in the house. Anybody on Facebook? Let's see. All right, I'm going to refresh Facebook, but hey to Facebook and those who will join us on the replay. So I do have something too really quick. So I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I know we've talked about it before with spam. Oh, I know when I talked about it. I didn't talk about it on the live. I talked about it. I just went kind of at a pop-up thing a few weeks last week. And I was telling you guys how smart my smartphone is, that it tells me that the calls are spam when some of them are actually not spam. So Angela and I were talking, and she said she answered her spam calls, a couple of them, and they were actually clients. That happened to me last week. I picked up a couple of calls that my smartphone said was spam, and they were actually clients. So I'm trying to learn how to distinguish between what is actually spam and what's not. So ever so often, I'll go ahead and pick it up and just see what happens. But check out your spam calls too, because you might be actually leaving money on the table. And we had a notary in California. She didn't pick up any of her Google spam calls, calls, because she didn't recognize the number. It was over 200 calls, guys, that she missed. And she went back and checked her Google page. She said, I have over 200. I said, that's probably the calls that you thought were spam.
Right.
Just because you don't recognize the number does not mean it's not a client. Most of your clients are going to call from out-of-state numbers. My nose is itching. People take their cell phones everywhere with them now. So you move from one state, you just take it. You don't have to transfer your number like in the old days. Right. So answer your phone. So let's get into our topic. Google My Business ads. Is it worth paying for? So first of all, let's talk a little bit about what Google Ads is, and then we'll get into some of the pros and cons. Okay, so Google Ads is when you actually pay Google to put your business at the top of the page. So if you do Notary Near Me, you're normally going to populate anyway because you're near your own address, right? That's how Google works. But you'll know when you're really in the Google algorithm and your business is really popping when you're away from your home and you put in Google Notary Near Me and you populate. So that's why I always ask, are you in the top 3? Because even now, if I drive even a half hour or an hour away and I put in Notary Near Me, I populate. That has not always been the case. That took time and a long time for that to happen. So if you want to kind of bypass the system, Google is called pay to play. You pay money, pay per click, and every time somebody click an ad, Google will put you at the top of the list. And every time somebody clicks the ad, then they have the opportunity to call you versus whoever else is on that page. Mm-hmm. You want to add something else to that? Because that sounded kind of choppy to me as I was saying. I hope it didn't come across choppy. Angela, can you clarify?
I love Google Ads because that's what I used when I first started my notary business a few years ago. And when I used the ads, I started getting business. And I've always been, since I used the Google Ads, I've been in the top 3. But of course, you still have to, have people leave you reviews. Make sure your page doesn't look like burnt toast. What you call it, Kim?
Dry piece of toast.
Dry piece of toast. But I'm a proponent of Google Ads. That's just me. Some people don't like it, but with words of caution, don't use it in the wrong way where you end up spending $200 or $300 by mistake, because I don't know if Google will refund your money. So you have to make sure that you're putting the right time that you want your ad to display or come up, the right time of the day that you'll be working. Like I said, I love Google Ads. I used it. I was thinking about using it again, but I'm getting everybody else calls who are not answering their phone, so I'm not going to use it right now.
So you don't have to pay for it right now.
Right.
So just a few tips, guys, on how to use Google. Well, let's talk about how not to use it. First of all, how not to use Google Ads. Okay. So if you're running an ad 24 hours, some people are of the mindset, let it run 24 hours. I disagree with that. Why am I running and paying for an ad if I'm only working from 9 to 5? That means from 5 until the whole next day, people are clicking on my ad. Even if somebody just looks up the word notary, like somebody wants to be a notary, and they mistakenly click your ad for some reason, you're paying for that. So in my opinion, I run ads when I want to work. Have I actually used Google Ads? I have. And for me, sometimes I don't know that it's worth it. I don't know that I've given it enough chance to work for me in my behalf. What do I mean? One day I ran an ad. It was on a Sunday. I'll never forget it. And the ad cost me, I think the ad was $8 for that click. When that person clicked my ad for Sunday, it depends on what time of day it is, depending on how much the ad cost. So it's a lot of variables with Google Ads also. So it was a Sunday. The ad cost me $8, and I think I charged him $25. And I was like, But then Jeffrey, we think differently, because he was like, well, you still made $15, $14 or whatever. I was thinking that's all I made. So to me, it wasn't worth it. But had I let the ad run even longer, perhaps I might have received 2 or 3 more calls. So you see what I mean? So if I had made $70 and it cost me $20, then that still is a profit. You know what I mean? So I'm a little greedy sometimes on that front. But do I think Google Ads work? I do. Do I recommend it if you use it properly? Again, so I'm not running ads 24 hours and I'm only open 9 to 5. If I'm not working on the weekends, I'm not running ads. So some people figure, well, let me run the ad on the weekend, even though I'm not physically ready to go work. And then I try to book them for Monday through Friday. I don't think like that. I run the ad when I'm going to work, when I want my phone to be ringing. That's when I run the ad. Any tips you have about that, Angela, like how to avoid it running up? Because it will add up quickly. Keep hitting that pay per click.
Right. I see Danielle said it didn't work for her. It cost her $200. My only thing I have to say about that is just run the ad when you're going to be working, or maybe like I figured I was getting a lot of calls from like 8 o'clock in the morning to noon. So that's when I ran my ad. I didn't run my ad all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can see a pattern of when you're getting the most calls, maybe that's when you want to run your ad. And I've seen several people who, bill ran up to $200 and it wasn't beneficial. I don't know what the parameters were, what time of the day you ran it or how you ran it. But
Right.
Kim mentioned that you have to make sure you click what criteria you want so you don't waste your money, or because I'm not a proponent of spending money and you're not getting anything out of it.
Right.
So the key to me is to make sure you click the right parameters so that you won't be throwing away your money.
Right. And like Danielle is saying, she let Google pick the time for
Oh,
her.
no.
You never let somebody else handle your money for you. So Google might run the ad when it's most expensive so they can make the most money. It's a business, right? So you don't let Google or anyone else pick for you. You pick, like Angela said, she was able to look at her analytics and say, okay, hey, most of my calls come between 8 and 12. So that's when when I would like to run my ad. It's when it's going to be most productive for you. Because Google will always bet on the house. Like they say in Vegas, right? The house always wins. So Google going to always win. So in this case, again, you want to do what's best for you. Look at your analytics. When are people most calling you? And I got a feeling for most people, like Angela said, it's going to be between that 8 to 12 hour. And it's going to be between that 5 to 9 hour when everything else is closed. So that's when it's probably going to be most productive for you, or on the weekends when they're really looking for a notary too. But the main thing you want to do, well, let me come back because I'm jumping all over the place. So those are a few things to avoid so you don't just run up your bill. So let me be more specific really quick. So you do not want to run your ad 24/7. You want to run your ad only when you want to work. You do not want to let Google choose what time the ad is running. You want to pick what time is going to be most productive for you. You want to set a budget and stay on top of that budget, because I've heard some people say that they set a budget of, say, $100 per month, and the next thing they know, they spend $300. So make sure all of your settings are proper, because Google is, again, the house is always going to win. In this case, it's Google. So you want to make sure your settings are proper. Now, when I had Google Ads, I never went over my budget because I would always go there every day and check it. I'm that person. Don't set and forget your ads. You must be diligent about how you're using them. Angela, you want to add something?
Another thing I did was I did not run my ad every day. So I had decided for my business there was 2 days a week that I want to work on my business, market, work on my business, in the office. And so those 2 days I didn't run my Google ad.
And then, so I'm going to give you a few tips on how to run an effective Google ad if you choose to. So we talked about a few things to avoid. If you do want to run a Google ad, again, it's going to sound a little similar, but you want to pick the time that's most productive. Look at your analytics. You have to learn how to go in there and play with all of that, because that's very important. You do not want to waste money. You want to make sure you have keywords. So example, you want to put notary near me as one of your keywords. You can pick quite a few. But be careful of not just putting notary, because if I'm a notary or I'm in search of becoming a notary and I type the word notary, you might populate. And I'm going to click on your ad and it's going to cost you money, as I said earlier. So make sure your keywords are what they need to be. I'm going to give you a few. Please don't ask me what they are because I don't know all of them. But I'm just going to give you a few, and you want to be able, you can Google a search maybe. But as a matter of fact, Google will give you a list. So you have to play with it. You have to learn the system, learn how to play the game. So a few keywords, those are going to be notary near me, notary after hours, notary. What's a couple more, Angela, you can think of? Notary after hours, because it's been a minute since I ran an ad. Notary near me, notary after hours.
Mobile
notary is another one. Mobile notary, and also notary public. Notary Republic, because sometimes those two words, people get those confused, and that's another one. So that's like 4 you can use right there, a few keywords, okay? So we're going to go ahead and take a few of your questions. Again, be very diligent. Google My Business can be very effective. It can be very effective. I didn't mean Google My Business. I meant Google Ads, but it's all the same thing. But Google Ads can be very effective because, again, like Angela said, it will put you to the top, and a lot of people don't answer their phone. So even so you're paying for ads, you're going to always populate. And it's not, they call it impressions. So an impression is every time they show your ad. So for example, they may show, and they'll tell you, actually Google will give you a range of how many phone calls you can expect to receive based on their analytics of your niche and all of that, right? So it will let you know, even when you're trying to purchase your ad, if you spend $5 per day, you can expect this many phone calls or this range of phone calls. Okay. So I'm going to go by what they say. And I just said not to, right? But I'm going to go by that in a sense and check it out and confirm. So if Google is saying, hey, you should get between 50 to 70 phone calls, and I'm only actually receiving 2 to 3, then I'm going to do something about that ad. Okay. So an impression is every time they show the ad, and it's called pay-per-click because every time somebody click, you pay. Okay. You pay, not Google.
Right.
So it can be very beneficial again. And depending on the time of day, it can cost more. Weekend can cost more. So it's a lot of variables. So if you want to get in that game with Google paying for ads, you better know what you're doing.
And you can check it every day, like Kim said. You can check it every day to see. I don't know if they still have this, but they had a scale, and the scale would tell you where you were as far as how much money you spent.
Yes. So let me hit Facebook and say, hey, and I'm going to let you hit the comments over here. Hey, Miss Lindia, Jaletta, and Carrie, welcome over on Facebook. Angela, you want to hit the comments now, please?
Well, Frank says hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Everyone's just, hello.
Hey, everybody.
Marcel says that when she was out of town, she still answers her phone, refers them to another notary. People just said good evening. So Marcel also said,
let's go back to Charlotta, Angela. Charlotta at 804, because she was like, that's her. She ignores calls because they're labeled as spam. So I know that I'm not the only one, and Angela is not the only person. So again, pick up those spam calls, guys, because some of them might be actual clients. And I was thinking the same thing. I told Jeff one day, I said, oh, my phone ain't ringing. What's going on? I was like,
for the record,
spam calls.
For the record, Angela picks up all of her calls, even the spam calls.
Oh, I didn't know you picked up everyone. Oh,
remember we talked about that a while ago?
Oh,
and I was telling you I was getting all these spam calls, and I started answering them in like 3 calls in one day. Were
I remember that part? Yeah,
I pick up all my spam calls.
Old, Angela. I'm old, Grandma.
I get so sick of you saying that. But
I
anyway,
got 1,000 stories going on up in here.
I pick up all of my spam calls, and also, you guys, you also get. Lately, I've been getting more notary calls through the messenger on Google. I usually don't get a lot of messages from Google, but lately, like I got 3 this week. That's unusual for me. So check your email. So if you get a message, you'll be able to respond to that message. One of the messages that had been like a few hours, and I never want that to happen. I want to answer people right away. Fortunately, he didn't get another notary. He answered my response. But you can also get messages through Google that someone is notifying you about a notary job.
And they also track that, how long it takes you to answer the clients. They actually give you a rating. This person answers within 10 minutes, or this person answers within 5 minutes. So you
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So if you answer from your email, does that track through Google or no?
Yeah, they tracking it. They track it. Yeah. It actually says this person's average response time to get back with you is X, Y, Z.
Right. But I'm saying
mine is not that great. So
that's why I don't think that's why I asked the question. If you answer it from your actual email instead of going on your Google, does that count?
Oh, I don't know which way they count it, but I always answer it right from the email because it came from Google. So
exactly.
That's how I answer it, because it came from them. So that's how I know they're tracking it. So my response time is not 100%. I would like it to be. I don't know why. Sometimes my emails, they just don't come in. But I'm like Angela, most of my people that I respond to via email, I do end up closing that deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. Before we move on, well, let's answer the questions, but don't forget that virtual mailbox question we had earlier too. Okay. So I don't know when you want to throw that in there.
Okay. So yeah, so Marcel said that the Google ads didn't work. They were a waste of money. And so she thinks it's a gamble. And again, I think it's more of what Kim said. It's all about how you set it up. what parameters you put in there. When do you tell Google that you want the ad to run? Because if it's running all day, that means the ching, 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 the money's going to be running all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danielle said it didn't work for her. It cost her $200.
And don't forget, you can write this off perhaps on your taxes. We're not tax accountants, but that would go under your advertising budget.
Yeah. So Danielle said she didn't know how to use it. That's when she said she did.
Yeah, you got to learn to play the game, honey.
Mm-hmm. Tonya said keywords are also important.
Mm-hmm.
Marcel lost $20 in about 3 days.
Yeah.
So Kimberly had a question, but somebody asked to answer a question about when she signed her W-9. So Theodosia has a question. Do you prefer Google Ads versus using Thumbtack? I personally have never used Thumbtack. What about you, Kim?
I have not used it either because I have not heard the best things. Some people love it though. I know some people do love Thumbtack. I've never used Thumbtack because I always figure everybody's on Google. So if I am going to pay the money, it's going to be with Google because that's just my preference.
And fortunately for me, Google has worked, so I've never had to use anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saying just putting mobile notary in things that you already said. Who's the Facebook? Facebook says, Lynn says, thank you for doing this live. I really need all the help I can get when it comes to Google My Business. Once I'm able to get my page up, I will rewatch this video and rewatch. I never give up the first go around.
Yeah, because it can work and it can be very productive. Actually, Victor in our Facebook group, if you are not a part of our Facebook group, I'm telling you, people dropping gems. He just put in one today, actually. It was something Angela and I already knew, but I had kind of forgotten about it. You can actually run more than one ad through Google. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. You just have to kind of play around with it, but you can be running multiple ads for the same budget. Mm-hmm. So play around with Google because it's a lot to learn. Mm-hmm. Like anything, guys, and I say this all the time, you have to self-teach and invest in yourself, right? A lot of times investment is not always money, it's knowledge. You have to get the knowledge and then do something with it. Mm-hmm. Because I've the stuff that I've learned doing the social media stuff, it's been amazing. I mean, it's a lot of information. I'm not gonna lie. It took me months to learn this, months to learn that, months to learn Google My Business after, so you got to take a little time, just take a day or so, a couple hours and watch videos, YouTube, how to use Google My Business, Google Ads most effectively. I keep saying Google My Business because I'm always saying Google My Business, but Google Ads, how to use it effectively. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you got to invest some time or they will get your money.
Yeah. So Tonya said you can use Uber Suggest as a keyword tool to help select words used in ads. Mm-hmm. And she said it's free.
Yeah.
Some people say they answer spam calls.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, Victor, really quick. So Victor is in our Facebook group, Notary Educators, and he is a huge proponent. I mean, he gets a lot of business. He's in like nice figures. I'll let you read it so I don't discuss his finances here on YouTube. But he's in the comments very frequently with his monthly goal and if he met it or not. So if you're not in the Facebook group, I'm telling you, Victor he's a boss over there when it comes to that Google My Business and suggestions on marketing and stuff too. So we share a lot in that group. I appreciate you, Victor. Just FYI for sharing what you do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he always has really good suggestions, about things that he really shares what happens in his business on a like daily, weekly basis. Yeah. And he's a big encouragement over in the Facebook group.
Yeah. So it's not always Angela, myself, and Alexis. It's everybody in that group. People share their marketing tips, their cards that they're making when they become wedding officiants, how they get in that business. I mean, it's just a really nice community and it's completely free. Completely free. Okay, next.
So Danielle answers her spam calls. Tonya says Google Keyword Planner is another free one, a keyword tool. Aja said you can use Google Trends. So Aja said you can use Google Trends for keywords as well.
Thank you, ladies.
There's a couple of Facebook notes.
Okay, let's see right quick. So Lynn is saying that. Okay, Lynn is saying that Victor is amazing. Carrie saying she pick up all calls. You can always hang up on the spam, which is true. And Lynn said she remember you saying you pick up all calls, Angela. And then Lynn also says, thanks for doing this live. She needs all the help. I think we read that one already. She's going to rewatch it. Okay. Next.
So Miss Cece says, I received a spam email on my Google page and I never replied.
Yep. Could have been business. Could have been. You don't know. You don't know.
I've received also emails on my Google page and replied and then figured out it was a sham spam, whatever it is. But I always respond just to see.
It's sham spam.
Terry says hi.
Oh, hey, Terry.
I don't know what to do about these people that we know as their name. Like TL Signing Mobile Notary says that she's Theodosia White. Girl, people. Anyway, welcome TL Signing.
Welcome.
Tonya says that anyone use Nextdoor to advertise? I haven't. Some people have.
I have. I actually paid for advertising. So let me tell you about Nextdoor really quick. I did Nextdoor really quick because I was upset. I think it was only like $38. It was for a month, so it wasn't that expensive, I thought. And they give you like a zip code range. So they let you see, you can buy advertisement in a whole zip code. So like I could buy a month of advertisement in 30012. So I figure, okay, let me pick these zip codes, right? I ended up not getting anything from them. Then it kept harassing me. Not harassing, selling, right? Because I didn't want it no more. I'm kind of like a one and done kind of person. I can get done with you real quick. And when I didn't see any results, and then the funny part about it was I was up at one of the UPS or FedEx stores, and this lady, I ended up doing a notarization for her. Guess where she saw me, but she did not call me from there. Nextdoor. Yep. She said, you know what's so funny? I saw that. So I guess the ad did work. Now, she didn't call me for whatever reason. I still ended up doing her notarization for her at one of those stores, but she didn't call me from the ad. So after that, I was kind of done. And then also, I was a little afraid of Nextdoor because I didn't want all my neighbors knowing what I was doing over here.
And sometimes neighbors don't want to pay either. I had one of my neighbors call me. She had a loan modification or some kind of seller's package or something. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And she lives in my subdivision. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, oh, you're very close to me. We're neighbors, chiming me up. But I always give my neighbors a discount, always. And so she said, when can you come? How much would it cost? I gave her like a $35 discount because I would never forget it. I knew she wasn't going to call me back. And so she was like, we'll call you back when we're ready. I knew she wasn't going to call me back. Right. So the neighbors think you're supposed to do. Some neighbors think you're supposed to do something for free.
Yeah, I don't like them knowing all my business like that. And I would see the ad myself, and I was like, I don't want everybody knowing what I'm doing over here. So that's another reason why for me I didn't like it. But I know some people are very successful with that also. So it's really just going to depend on your area, your region. Everything is so market specific. So what did not work for me may be amazing for you. You know. So somebody else said something about that. Miss Cece, really quick, since we're talking about it, she was like, you can do 2 free business posts, 2 free business ads per month on Nextdoor. So I would definitely check into it. And then Ursula asked, what's the Facebook group? It's Notary Educators. It's the yellow. You'll see us on there. Our picture is there, Notary Educators. Make sure you answer all the questions because due to spam, we will decline really quick and delete and block forever.
Yes, we will.
All right. What else?
So Miss CC said she posted an ad on Nextdoor last week. No calls yet.
Okay.
Kimberly answers every call. So Nikki says, thank you for doing this live. I'm just starting and learning a lot from your videos too.
Welcome, Miss Nikki.
Ursula said, what's the L? You got that one. What's the Facebook? You can drop it in the chat, Kim.
Oh, yeah, I can. Yep.
Danielle says, ladies, this is off topic, but I have to share an update on the signing service that took 2 months to pay me with a bad check. Long story short, I called them from the bank and they cashed out my money. Oh, I didn't know they gave her a bad check.
Oh, that was good. You got your money, though.
I knew they didn't pay, but I didn't know they sent a bad check after that.
Oh, very good. And I see a lot of new signing companies popping up. I see a lot of new signing companies.
And now with those little notaries, this is just me. All of them are not bad. because I've had two that took too long to pay me, but I got my money. And now when I see them pop up, I'm just hesitant to just do the signing for them.
So don't put the name in there, Miss Danielle.
Did we make her do that last time? Did she
don't put the name in there. I can't delete it. If I delete the comment, I have to block you, period. So don't put the name, guys. We try not to name drop if you want to reach out to her independently. Because I ain't trying to get sued. I ain't gonna even say the person's name, but be careful of all these little small signing companies. Like Angela said, they're all not fraudulent, but anybody can start a signing company. And watch my video about starting a signing company, because a lot of times notaries, just like myself, I could start a signing company, but I don't really have no money to pay you once you do the job.
That's what
I gotta wait 30.
That's what
I gotta wait 30 to 60 days. So.
I can't remember who it was. I was watching somebody's Facebook page, and they were saying that these new signing companies start up. But do they have money to pay you? Do they have enough money to pay you? They're just starting up.
Right. So watch my video about starting a signing service. Anybody can start one. And that's going to give you a little pause sometime and say, ooh, should I work with this company? Do a little research on them. No, I wasn't saying you were slandering them, Danielle. I wasn't saying that, hun. I was just saying I don't like to name.
Danielle already put the name in there.
That's okay. That's okay. But I don't like to name drop because, again, I ain't trying to get sued up here, first of all. And then, again, I'm for peace. So that's all. So, and I don't want to block the comment because I would have to block you as a user. So for everybody watching, please just try not to name drop, okay? Not live. If you want to talk about them off of the platform, you can, but not on Notary Life with Kimmi. And not in Notary Educators. Okay. All right, y'all.
So Tonya says, does anyone get clients from Facebook advertising or putting up a Facebook event? I don't use that.
I have not. I have not used it either.
We're not going to talk about Danielle's problem with her pay. Asia says she have a question. I hear a lot of notaries are being paid late. With sending an invoice to the signing service, will they pay you like they're supposed to?
Because most of them will tell you do not send an invoice.
Right.
They already know they owe you. So 90%, 95 actually. I'm almost say 99% that I work signing order and signing SnapDocs. They will tell you do not send an invoice.
I've only sent the invoice to like 2 people, and they were not with.
Did they ask you to send an invoice?
But they were not with SnapDocs, though.
Oh, okay. So see the signing companies like on SnapDocs and those platforms and signing order, in the instructions, it will say, please do not send invoice. We will pay you. So if you don't receive pay normally 30 to 45 days, at that point, you can start reaching out because normally it's a net 30, net 45. I have a whole video on that too. Check it out. Net 30, net 45.
My suggestion is to just email them or call and be nice. Don't be like, mean, but I don't care if they owe me. I'm still professional. I'm still nice about it.
As a matter of fact, I might put that down for a topic for us to discuss how to handle signing companies.
You can be firm, but you can be nice. You can still be nice.
Yeah. I'm going to put that on here. Signing companies that don't pay, because that's a whole topic. Go ahead, Angela. What else we got?
So Danielle says she blocked them. So Facebook,
and once that happens, once that happens, though, if you have a bad experience with someone, you are not obligated to continue to work with them.
I just don't respond.
Yeah, you don't have to remove them, block them. You just don't have to respond, like Angela said, because maybe they are having a rough patch. So maybe once they actually get some finances and they start growing, they may become a different company to work with. But I'm kind of the mindset, usually, again, I'm kind of one and done real quick with you. So I don't have a lot of tolerance for not paying me, and something like a bad check.
No.
It'll leave a bad taste in my mouth.
That leaves a really bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, so I'm probably not working with you again. I don't care what you pay, because I might not get it. It's a 50-50.
Right.
50-50 chance I'm going to get my money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to check out some of the Facebook comments, Kim?
Yes, really quick. Let's see what's going on Facebook. Give me just a second. Okay. Lynn says, have you done a video of the signing companies that have not that you have not had problems with?
You skipped like three.
I was just gonna go backwards. I was just gonna get them. I just started at the top. Yeah. So Lynn, again, I don't do a lot of videos where I name drop, honestly, because I had one video before. I hate to say this story again really quick, but I had a video and I was asked to pull it down. The person got inundated with phone calls. It blocked their system. The system crashed after I did that video. So I was upset because I lost my viewer count and all that. So it's a whole YouTube thing. So I don't really name drop a lot. Privately, we do in our classes and courses and stuff like that. But publicly, I don't get into doing a whole lot of name dropping because I just don't want my video have to come down, and I ain't trying to have no lawsuit. So I don't. But I don't mind mentioning SnapDocs and signing order because they're very, popular. They don't mind the publicity. Actually, I'm an advocate for both of those. I love both of those companies, but you just have to watch the companies that sign up with them. That's the issue. Mm-hmm. So Pamela said my phone is $15. I got a call this evening, answered in my name, notary service, and got a client. Oh, cool. Very good. Yeah. And then Pamela says, I got Xfinity Mobile. I got a second line. Talk and text are free on both lines. It's $12 per gig. I only pay. So she has a separate phone line, sounds like. Mm-hmm. Separate phone line. So yeah. I don't have two phones. Alexis often talks about that was a lot for her to handle.
Yeah.
Trying to have two separate phones. Now I do have I would always tell people now if I had to do over, which my phone number is already out there for my business, but if I had to do over, I probably would do the Google My Business. I keep saying Google My Business. Google Voice. I got Google My Business on the brain. Google Voice and have a separate number, for my business, but it's too late now because my number's just already out there and I don't want, to lose my clients. They already have saved me in their phone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't have two phones. Too much for me.
Yeah.
That's a good idea though. If someone wants to, as Lynn was saying, is Lynn right? Oh, Pamela. As Pamela was saying, you can go ahead and get you two phones, and Xfinity sounds like they have a nice plan. I actually use Xfinity service.
Kim, she said she got a second phone. Okay, second phone.
Yeah, she got a second phone, and it's free. You only pay for the data,
right?
Which is true because I have Xfinity. I only pay for data. So
yeah. So TL Signing says I get more jobs from Facebook Market page.
Cool.
That's something good to know, you guys.
Check out Facebook
Marketplace. TL Signing says she got a lot of jobs from Facebook. Okay. So Just Kim says I'm ashamed, but I've been a notary for a couple of years, but my stamp is still new. Can you help me get my head back in the game? Can your course help me figure out a specific niche? Well,
you
Kim,
can
first,
sign up for a free. Oh, go ahead, Angela.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can sign up for a free strategy call at notaryeducators.com, notaryeducatorsllc.com, and we'll give you a call and kind of see can we help you get on the right path, and then we can talk about training once you determine what you want to do. So notaryeducatorsllc.com for a free strategy call. This will be a good time, Angela, for us to talk about what's going on in Notary Educators. You want to talk about apostille while I find my notes?
Yeah. So we have an apostille training class coming up. I don't even know the date, to be honest with you. September. October.
Is it the 21st?
Is that on Friday?
Yes.
October 21st at 7. We have an apostille training. It's a limited number.
No, Angela, you are the fourth. No, I'm sorry, you're the 21st, I think.
And it's a limited number because we want to keep the class small to make sure everybody gets what they need. So when they leave, that they'll have the information they need in order to be able to, carry out the apostille, with the person that they're getting the business from. So sign up on notaryeducatorsllc.com. What else is new?
Okay, I got my notes. Okay. So we also have, guys, the Sip and Gems, which is coming up on Friday night at 8 p.m. Yes, Sip and Gems. It's only $9.99. We have it scheduled, I believe, for 2 hours. So we'll just see what that looks like. But everybody can come and talk about your business, tips and tricks. Yeah, your specific business. It's only $9.99, and that's because you will walk away with $9.99 worth of value. Believe me when I tell you.
More than that.
More than that. Yeah. So check it out. It's Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, we have the pricing, marketing, and more class, which we are so proud to introduce, guys. A lot of you have asked us, well, I need help with pricing. I need help with marketing. I need help with how to collect payments, all these different things, right? So our new class is called Pricing, Marketing, and More. And that class is going to be on Sunday at 1 p.m. So I do have about at least 5 slots available. Again, it's pricing, marketing, and more. It's going to be pricing for your specific state, for your state. So that's why we ask in the initial questions, what state are you representing? Because it's going to be pricing for you. You won't walk away saying, well, how do I price? I don't know what to charge. You will know how to charge after that class. Again, some things we cannot talk about publicly. It's just a fact. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do it, but I can't tell you everything here publicly just for legal reasons and stuff too. But what we talk about privately, those meetings and classes are not recorded. So we talk very open, very frank. It's your personal session. Basically, it's a group, 5 people. But check it out, okay? So that's the pricing and marketing and more. And that's going to be on Sunday at 1. Alexis also has a loan signing agent class on Sunday at 1. Loan signing agent A to Z. And then the online course is self-paced, not the live training, It's 50% off. Coupon code is Notary, Notary. And that's on the bundles, the single courses, and everything. Okay, so check that out. Notary Educators, LLC. Don't forget the books are listed over there too. If you have not received your copy of Specialty General Notary Work, don't be scared. How to navigate nursing homes, hospitals, and more. This is a great book. It's really doing well because I know the information. I put my heart into it. So I appreciate all of you guys for your support. And I'd love to hear that your business is growing and you have confidence now to do things that you did not have the confidence to do before the book. So that really pleases me. So I think I covered everything we got going on. So all the information we talked about is over at Notary Educators, again, LLC.com. Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat. All right.
I like Frank's comment. Be professional at all times to all people. Yes. Because sometimes when you're professional, no matter what the situation is, that will even cause a person who may be crazy to come back to you, even though you may not want to deal with crazy people. But they'll see that you're professional.
Right.
And just Kim said, you ladies are the best. Thank you for all the valuable information. You're so welcome. So Kimberly has a question for you, Kim. Do you answer your phone with your business name?
Oh, yes. Every time. If it's a number I do not recognize, yes. Every time. Every time. Every time. And one day, even I have to start doing better with the spam because I answered, I said, because I thought it was a real spam. I was like, this is Kimmi. And they were like, is this a notary? I was like, oh no, not the kid. That didn't happen to me. So yes, I do try to answer every call. Like Frank said, I'm very professional. I do not play about the business, guys. I do not play about the business.
But most people that I call, they don't answer their phone with their business name.
Oh, they don't even answer the phone, period, Angela. I call people to do strategy calls. I guarantee
I know that too.
Half of them do not answer. When you guys say, oh, call me about my business, I'm going to put y'all frustrated real quick. Call me about my business. I really want to be a notary. I need some help. And I'll take time out of my day. Angela takes time out of her day. And Alexis, these calls are completely free. Everybody else pick my brain for $30. We don't do that. We do it for free because we really want to make sure you're in the right course and stuff, right? I dial a number. Oh, sorry, mailbox is full.
Right.
Person don't have a mailbox set up. I was like, really? So I sent an email right quick and I said, I'm trying to call you. I'm trying to call you. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the number. Oh, is that how we run our business?
Right. Because I'll call when I get a break in the day So if you call me back an hour later, 2 hours, I may not be available. I may not be able to answer the phone. So if you at least answer the phone and say, I can't take the call right now, we can set up a time. So yeah, you're right, Kim. 50% of the people or more don't answer the phone.
See, Betsy, I wasn't gonna call no names tonight, but since confession is good for the soul.
Who said? Is somebody confessing?
Betsy, over at Facebook, she said I'm on Front Street. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got time to like TL sign say send a text. I don't have time to be texting everybody. Are you? And I will do that sometimes. And I got to the point where I was like, I really don't have time for this. Are you available right now? Are you? I'm like, excuse me. So anyway, we end up working it out. I mean, most 99% of the people get their strategy call. So I mean, but answer your phone, people. You'll never know who it is.
Yep.
Pamela said me too. What else going on, Angela?
So Danielle said, I feel that I made a mistake with giving my personal number for my company. It's too late now, so I have to just answer all calls. I have a free phone too, but I have already given the number. I mean, I gave my personal number out, and so I'm not changing it because my business is too good to change it. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. And again, that's going to be a business decision really quick last week on the celebration. And again, thank you guys so much for the 10,000. We had such a blast giving out the prizes and stuff. I mean, it was so much
I wish
fun.
we had some prizes tonight.
Yeah. Well, I got something else I want to talk to you about. We're going to celebrate something else coming up. But just a quick note on the celebration video last week. Bryce was mentioning about his name. Mm-hmm. And we talked about that, how he had to change his business name. So if you really feel that you have to make a business decision and change your phone number because of some reason, it's better to go ahead and do it sooner than later. Don't wait, 2 or 3 years later and say, I got to change my phone number. If you really feel like, hey, I got to change this phone number for whatever reason, the sooner you do it, the better you can regroup and get those phone numbers coming to the right number. So sometimes you got to make a business decision if you really think you need to change it.
Yep. So Nita says she's new to this notary game. Thank you for so much for providing this information. You're so welcome.
Mm-hmm.
LaTonya says she missed it. Oh yeah, LaTonya, you missed the celebration.
Go back and watch it though. Actually, I'm about to re-release it on Wednesday because what YouTube does, and it's not just YouTube, they only show it to so many people. So even though I have over 10,000 subscribers, maybe 500 or so have seen the video, right? So they only show it to a select few. So I'm going to re-release it on Wednesday, just the celebration part. So you can go out there and watch it. It's out there now, but it's going to have its own thumbnail and everything. So that was last Monday night. The second half, it started at 8:30. So we're going to cut that video and release it on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. So Adrian says, what are the easiest and less expensive services start with as a notary? So Adrian, if you're talking about different services, I would say, and Kim, you can add to this, is that you need to just learn how to be a great notary first to start doing general notary work. And once you learn what's required of a notary, read your handbook to see what the laws are for your state, and start, getting general notary work, then everything else you can add on. But without being a great notary and knowing how to notarize different certificates for documents, then none of the other stuff is going to work.
Yes. That is so important. I'm telling you, a lot of people always want to know, what part of the business should I focus on? Knowing how to be a good notary first, and then everything else you can add. You have to know how to stamp a document before you can do anything else. The rest of the money, it will come. The rest of the services you can eventually add. But training is so important. Training is so important.
LaTonya says she always answers with her business name, and she did get a Google phone number. LaTonya says, Kimmi, I'm working on my YouTube channel to get clients. Should I concentrate on topics to educate clients like what a power of attorney is or why you need one? I really think, I guess I would say, and Kim, you can add to this, Tonya, you probably need to decide what direction you want your channel to go in, as far as that. What do you say, Kim?
Yeah, I think you can do education topics like that. I really do. I think you want to start out. Actually, Tanya, I'm going to ask you, have you got my book on how to start your channel? How to start your YouTube channel. For real, I'll give you all the tips and tricks to start your channel. What it took me 6 to 8 months to learn, I got it right here for you. Very simple how you can succeed. Okay. So check out that book. And then Tanya, yeah, you can start your channel. Just be creative. Make it unique. Do you. Don't try to be somebody else. And then write out at least 50 ideas. If you have at least 50 to get started, because as you get started, people will give you content too. People will ask you questions.
And Tanya, I was just going to tell her that she's already, got a good start because she just dropped a video in the Facebook group in a minute. So, you're already doing things that you could do this on YouTube.
And I like watching your videos. So if I like watching them, not that my opinion counts, but I'm just saying I like watching your videos because you're energetic.
And they're informative.
And they're informative too. Yeah. So you got to bring the whole package. But yeah, I like watching your videos, just the little snippets that you do in the Facebook group. So I think you could do pretty well. Just again, I'm going to push back and say, start your channel. It's not that complicated.
Right.
Okay.
LaTanya says she missed last week. Lucretia says, thanks for the knowledge. I will be taking my notary exam on 10/9. You ladies are a blessing. Will join your Facebook group once I become a notary. Blessings.
You don't have to be a notary to join a Facebook group.
Right.
Lucretia. You don't have to be a notary. It's completely free.
Right.
You don't have to be a notary.
WIB said pricing, marketing, and more is this Sunday only. So the answer is no.
No. The next one is on October 29th. October 29th. So we have one on Sunday the 9th, and then also on the 29th, which is a Saturday. And then if you just cannot make any of those, you can also sign up for a private lesson. All of the classes that we offer can also be taken privately, one-on-one. The price and marketing and more, the notary basics 101, the loan signing agent, the coaching corner, everything. And those prices are very reasonable. We're charging just about what most people charge for just a pick your brain session. We're giving you detailed information as to what you need to grow your business or to train to be a great notary. So check out the website. I always tell people kind of play around with it, see which course or class works better for you, because we're very convenient. And in fact, like I said, the one-on-ones are at your convenience, at your, when you're available. And the price is not that high for one-on-one training.
Yeah.
In my opinion now.
So you're right. So I want to answer Chantel's question. She asked about discussing virtual addresses.
Thank you. We forgot.
Real quick. And so first, the two most popular virtual, there are a lot of virtual places you can get virtual addresses from, but iPostal and Anytime Mailbox are the two most popular ones. And basically what virtual mailboxes are is you actually have a real street address at a mail center or a mailbox place or even an office building that provide virtual mailboxes. And you can also receive business mail and business packages. And so the purpose of that is if most people or some people don't want to use their home address, they'll get a virtual mailbox and you get all your incoming mail. And a lot of places they'll scan it in. You don't even really have to go there, to get your mail. They're scanning in and you can receive it in digital copies and it's available to you 24/7. You can access through any smart device. And they got different plans depending on what you want for the different companies that you sign up with. So it's very convenient because you don't have to physically drive to a place and to get your mail. And so that's the convenience of it, not having to drive there, not using your home address, because we talk to a lot of people that don't want to use their home address. And so that's basically what it is. It's a virtual place where you can have an actual address. And it works with Google. Google accepts virtual mailboxes also. So you can even have packages delivered by UPS, FedEx, or other services that deliver mail packages. I hope that kind of answers your question. If you have another question, Chantel, you can drop it in the chat.
Yep. Thank you, Angela. That's it. Any other questions?
Yes.
Going twice.
Anything else you guys want to know?
Oh, let's see. Hold on one second. Let's see Facebook really quick. Any other questions, guys? Let's see. Facebook. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Bessie says, "Oh, it's okay. Lesson learned." That's it. That's all I see.
So Cece has a question. When starting and getting your first set of business cards, any suggestions on services to place on there? So
actually, yep.
Go ahead, Kim.
I was gonna tell I got a business card video. You know, I got a video on that. It's an app for that. I got a video about that. So no, for real, check out my video too, CC. But yeah, I would list my services. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, it's so funny. I did a coaching corner with somebody recently, and the coaching corner, guys, for those of you who do not know, is when we do a deep dive into your business. So you send us, we'll call you first to see what you want to talk about. Well, first you email us and tell us what you want to talk about. We call you to confirm what it is you want to talk about, because I always like clarity. Mm-hmm. And then we actually have the meeting with you. It's 30 minutes or an hour. And we do a deep dive on your account, on your either Google, your Facebook, whatever you want us to look at to see why your business is not thriving or where you want it to be. And it's so funny. So I did a coaching corner with someone, and they were like, well, I just got these cards. They had bought 100. That's okay. It's only 100. Start when you're going to pass them out. We want to start off right. So it needs to already have everything you need on it. Okay. So you can go ahead and use those. But when I put like a boxer, when a boxer is out there trying to fight or whatever, they got to make sure every blow count. Boom, boom, boom. Right. They're not trying to just, I hit or miss. You want to hit the target. So same thing with your business and your marketing. If you have some cards and they're like a dry piece of toast, don't pass them out, because nobody's going to call you. Yeah. Your business card need to look like an edible arrangement. That's what Angela put. I put dry piece of toast. Angela put edible arrangement. That means pretty. When you see edible arrangement, it's like, dang, that's so pretty. It's all colorful. That's how your business card need to look. And if it does not, you've already ordered them, take the loss, save them for something else, but get your right card so when you put it out, you can fly. And
also, with your business cards, make sure the services that you put on them, that you're able to perform those services if somebody calls you. Because if they have your business card and they see that you can do I-9s, apostilles, whatever, you want to make sure that you can provide those services when they call you.
Yeah, they don't have to guess. They shouldn't have to guess what services you offer. You know what I mean? And I see you guys are looking for the courses to sign up. So at the top of the homepage, just hit live training and it will take you. I did a little update and cleaning house on the website. I was going to have a meeting with Angela and Alexis afterward, but since you guys are looking for the course, if you go to the homepage at the top and hit live Zoom classes, that's where you'll be able to find the live trainings, because people didn't want to scroll. I had one page and people had to scroll like 10 minutes down because we have so many products and so many services. So now they're actually put in the proper place for you. So you can go to the home page and click the little, the little lines. I got to find out what that's called in the IT world.
The 3 bars.
Yeah, click the 3 bars, and then you'll be able to see exactly what it is you're looking for. The live Zoom classes, the bundle packages, the self-paced, the free resources.
Oh, I see what she's saying.
Angela?
Yeah, I see it, but Pamela is saying that the apostille class is not under that.
It is. Yes, it is. It's under apostille training.
Not on if you click the 3 buttons and you go to live training classes. Oh, go down to apostille training.
Oh, but you know what? I can add it under there too. Let me do it right now. I can add it under there too, but it is.
So Asia says, how do I figure out FedEx or UPS times? You mean the times that they can pick up?
Just go there and ask them.
Yeah.
You can call too, but it's hard to get somebody on the phone. So I would just go to my local store. But most UPS and FedEx deadline is 5 p.m. Most. Yeah. And then you have to go to a hub if you needed to go out the same day, like by 8 p.m. So you need to find out what your local store hours are, the deadline, and you need to find out where your closest hub or closest 2 hubs are. And the hub is the main location where you can drop things off. Everybody got the little centers in their neighborhood, right? And we never leave a package at Walgreens. Never, ever.
And Asia says pickup times. I never depend on that either. I go drop mine off to the FedEx or UPS, and the hubs. Knowing where the hubs are in your location will really get you extra business.
Yeah.
And if you have to drop it off at the hubs, you can charge extra. I always charge extra if I have to drop it off at the hub. The customer is just happy that their package is going to go out because the hubs for FedEx and UPS don't close until 8:00.
Yep. So you always need to know where 1 or 2 are. That's what I recommend. And never, ever, ever leave your package in the drop box or ever, ever, ever at a Walgreens. I just had to do a redo on a lawn mod because the man dropped his package in the drop box at Walgreens and they lost it.
Yep. I always take mine and get a receipt. Yep.
Always get a receipt and make a copy of the receipt. Make a picture of it, either with your phone, email it to yourself or something. So, I'm trying to move that class for them right quick. Always take a picture of it.
Yeah, pickup times. Yeah, I always drop mine off at the FedEx store or the UPS store or the hub if it requires. I try not to go to the hub because I just try not to because it's not convenient for me.
Yeah, it's not convenient. I try to make the 5:00 and I'm like, Angela, if I have to drive further, because we got one client, it's my client, but Angela helps me out with him a lot. He'll always push the envelope. So if I wait till 5:00, do that mean I have to pay you more to take it? Because he already know the game. Yes, it means you have to pay more.
And you guys,
I can go right up the street and drop it off, but you want me to drive another 20 minutes.
And see, since Kim brought that up, I remember the second time I did a job for him, and he was late. He inside the store shopping while I'm waiting on him. And so I'm like, Mr. So-and-so, I'm going to have to charge you an extra fee because I can't make the 5:00 FedEx. And he was like, well, Kimberly never charged me extra. I said, because you made it by 5:00. I said, I have to drive here, go to the hub, da-da-da-da. He was like, well, okay.
I know, he is so funny.
He's so funny.
But he's a great client, I love him to death. But don't be playing no games, because if we have to do something extra, now we going in your pocket. He does not like that.
Yeah,
he does not like that.
And so what else we got? Like he'll be saying, like, if you want to pay extra, I can always drive. Then when I say that, he'll make sure he's where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, I can meet you. I bet you can.
Danielle said, do you have a business card video? She haven't seen one.
Yes, it is. There's a business card video.
Yes. I don't know what. Go ahead, Kim.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, so when you go to YouTube to my channel, just type in business card in the search and it will pop up. So you should watch that. If you need
I was about to comment on Charlie Delaney 26 comment, but I think they fixed it up. My business cards evolve every time I order a new set. Yes, mine do too.
Yeah, I just added translate. Did I add translation services? If I didn't, I know I just added apostilles because I didn't have that on my first card. And I ordered them like 1,000 at a time, guys. So yeah, so this last batch I ordered 1,500 the last time. This time I ordered 1,000 and I put apostilles on there. So my next one I'm gonna add translation services because now I'm offering that. If you have not watched the video on how to add translation services, check it out.
So
don't ask me in the comment. Go watch the video because I know when y'all watched the video and y'all didn't. Don't just ask me in the comment because I'm gonna send you to the video because it's very detailed and I want you to win. Okay.
CC says I got my commission, but I'm working on setting up my business before I go public. Thanks for getting me this far, ladies. You're welcome. I forgot to say hi to Alexis. She's on Facebook.
Oh, hey, Alexis.
Yeah. Should we be insured before we notarize anything? Yes. E&O insurance. Yes. Double yes.
Don't drive a car without car insurance. Don't stamp without notary insurance.
CC said it's called the hamburger, 3 lines on the webpage. Oh, the hamburger, 3 lines on the webpage. It's the hamburger.
That's called a hamburger?
That's what CC, she said it with confidence, so I believe her.
It's called the hamburger, 3 lines on the webpage. Okay. Interesting. Thank you, CC. So y'all click the hamburger and it's going to take you to everything you need.
So Karen Davis says, is it important to have a price list? Well, my price list is in my head. But yes, you need to know how much you're going to charge. Like when a client calls me, I went back and forth, you guys. It's a very short story today. This is the man that emailed me on Google yesterday, and I didn't see him to the end of the day yesterday. Emailed him back. He emailed me this morning. We've been emailing all day. Mm-hmm. Finally, he gave me his phone number and said, you can call me if you need to, after we got to the end of the conversation. But I'm saying that to say, when someone calls you and asks, the first thing they're going to ask you is, how much does it cost? Mm-hmm. You know, and then I'm going to say, how many documents do you have? What's the name of the documents? You know, all of those questions. When you ask those questions, you're going to need to know how much you're going to charge. And you want to be the business boss, the notary boss, and be confident when they ask you that, because you're going to let them know that this is my price. If you're going to like, well, let me check. You don't want to do that. When you ask them what documents they have and how many and where their address is, you want to know how much they're charged. So as they're talking and naming the documents and giving me where they live, I'm adding in my head. Mm-hmm. But yes, for your personal use, have a price list in front of you if you can't do that. So you'll know how much you're going to charge.
And that's why I always say have a minimum that you're going to have before you leave your home. Know your state handbook always first, so you can be compliant. Because I had somebody recently in one of my videos, they kind of kept pushing back. Well, how you charging this? And I was just like trying to explain it. Again, it's personal. You got to know your state laws. You got to know how to price. That's why if you don't know how to price, you need to be in that pricing, marketing, and more class. And y'all know how we do at Notary Educators. We give you everything. Yep. So you will know how to price your services. If you do not know how to price and you're listening to me, invest in that class, how to price your services, pricing, marketing, and more. So this person kept pushing back, kind of almost became badgering. But I can't tell you what to charge in your business in a public forum. I'm not going to, because again, it's just too many variables. You need to be properly trained on how to price. That's a skill set. And don't put your prices on your Google page. I have a video about that.
On your website.
Yes, on your website. Don't put your prices on your website or your Google page unless your state mandates it. If your state mandates it, your state trumps anything we ever say. I always say that, right? But for most of us, the state does not mandate much. Okay? So don't put your prices on your Google page, your website, and I have a video on that. I would highly recommend you check it out. And again, it's going to be pretty clear as to why. And the short version is, if you list that price and they don't feel the value, they're not going to call you.
Yeah.
So watch that video.
Yeah.
How to price.
So WIB said, I'm scared to show my cards to y'all. And TL signed and told her, don't be scared. It's a team effort. We help each other to be great. Yep, we help each other to be great.
Drop it in the Facebook group if you want some tips for real. Just put it in.
And it's going to all be nice and friendly and constructive. Nobody's going to, badger you about it.
Yeah. So put your card over there in Facebook and let them look at it and help you. Okay. What else we got?
Charlie, this is a good tip. Charlie Delaney 26 says, on my business cards, ever since I've added ordained minister, my clients give me a high level of respect. It's true.
Oh, nice.
Jim.
Yes, it was. So those of you who are doing wedding officiant, if you are an ordained minister, you might want to add that to your next set of cards. Good.
So Jermaine H says, finally caught alive and not the replay. Hi, family. Hi, Jermaine.
Hey, Jermaine. It's been a minute. How you doing?
Yeah. Angie says she only called FedEx to pick up in the case of an emergency.
Yeah, and that may not be a bad idea to have them pick up from your home. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. As long as you meet the deadline, I'm not opposed to that. Actually, I've thought about doing it a couple times, and then Jeffrey's always like, my husband, no, we just take it down there. He's quick to like.
You don't live that far from it, Kim.
I do not, but if they're gonna come to the house, so
then they're late.
Yeah, so he's like, let's be done with it. We're both like that though when it comes to the business. Whatever we can get out of our hair, out of our plate,
I just take it down there.
Just take it. I don't even want to be looking at it for the next day.
So Sammy 1970-ish. Does it really help to be NNA certified with general notary, loan signing, etc.? Thanks, lady.
It sure does.
loan signing, you have to be certified through the NNA, or you won't get any calls from the signing services.
Yes, you have to be. You have to be. And the NNA, once you do the certification, it does not hurt to have that badge or the sticker from them on your website. It just shows that you're invested in your business. So yeah, I'm big on the NNA. I'm big on the NNA. Renee said pricing is in her state handbook. Okay, so then you have to follow what your state says, Renee. But make sure you know how to interpret the handbook too, because I have a lot of people say the handbook says $2. Okay, but what else does the handbook say? So make sure you know what it says and how to interpret, how to, actually read it and understand it. Okay. So we're not telling you to do anything that's illegal in your state.
So WIB says, LOL, if we're doing something extra, we're going into my pocket. I'm sure all men would love this one.
Yes.
Jermaine said he's doing good and business is picking up. That's great, Jermaine.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations.
Yes.
So you
can start off at $30. Okay. Yeah. So Renee, you have to make some business decisions and stuff. If you need some help with pricing, again, check out the pricing, marketing, and more class. Or I have several free videos on how to price too. Go ahead.
You have any on Facebook? I think that's the end of the.
Let's look really quick. And the marketing and the pricing class though is very specific. The videos.
How your state.
Yeah. Nope, that's it, guys. So on behalf of Notary Life with Kimmi, I'll let Angela say bye. Alexis, Mobile Notary Services by Alexis, who was here in spirit and on Facebook.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for joining us. Angela, would you like to take it home tonight?
Yes, ma'am. This is Angela from AJ Mobile Notary and Apostille Services. You guys, we are always very grateful for you being here. We enjoy giving you gems for different subjects. We enjoy answering your questions. So you guys have a great, amazing week, and we'll see you next week.
Yes. Good night, everybody. It's our pleasure.
Bye-bye.
See you in one of our classes. Thank you again for listening to the Notary Life with Kimmi podcast. We would love to be a part of your notary journey. Please visit us at notaryeducatorsllc.com for all of your notary training needs. Also, please feel free to join the Notary Life with Kimmi YouTube channel, where Kimmi has over 400 videos that will help you to grow and build a successful notary business. Until the next episode, we wish you much success on your journey. Bye.